Jamaica. It has beaches, it has mountains. It's lively, it's laid back. It roars, it tickles. It's sweet, it's hot, it's luxurious, it's adventurous. That's Jamaica. Come and see for yourself.
You know, fun fact, it is my voiceover ambition to do a tourist board ad.
Really?
Like since high school.
Well, this is your opportunity to pitch. So you better do this introduction like your voiceover voice is what you need to do.
Welcome back to the winning side of things. The Jamaica Tourist Board, our island's tourism ambassador for 70 years, is marking this milestone with a year-long celebration.
Ooh.
Joining us to share the secrets behind Jamaica's global tourism success is the man at the helm, Director of Tourism, Donovan White. He'll be giving us a glimpse into the exciting future of tourism in Jamaica. Welcome to Sunrise, Donovan. I'm not Michael Anthony Cove.
Decent audition.
I'm not Michael Anthony Cove.
So when you're doing his booking, just contact me. I'll negotiate his rates. Thank you.
No, but seriously, there's something about the Jamaica Tourist Board ad that just is warm and make you love Jamaica. And it does exactly what the marketers, I suppose, in writing would have hoped. Because I'm in Jamaica. I'm not out there in the cold, you know, and I feel warm and fuzzy.
Yes.
Right.
I mean, it also speaks to the brand consistency. Over the years, you guys just can do it. You have the formula.
We do. And it speaks to a level of creativity and innovation of the men and women who have served the tourist board for the 70 years that we've been enacted by Parliament, which happened in 1955.
Right.
And we have always said, I have always said, that the true icon of the tourism product are the people of Jamaica. And that includes the people at the tourist board. Their resilience and effort and innovation every single day, whether they're in Jamaica, they're in North America, they're in Canada, they're in Europe, they're in Latin America, India, wherever they are, wherever we plant them, they have served this country and served this country very well. And so celebrating 70, which is our platinum anniversary, has a lot to do with us celebrating them and the people whose shoulders we stand on today, who went before us. And so I'm very proud as the leader of the organization to be able to see this anniversary through with a number of activities we want to celebrate with this year. Obviously, we started last Sunday with our church service at Kingston Open Bible. We have a special commemorative logo for celebrating 70 this year that we will continue to unveil in different ways for the next couple of weeks. We will have a very special gala event where we will honor and celebrate the past directors of tourism, chairmen of the tourist board, and ministers of tourism over the years. Some of them posthumously, of course. But we felt it was important to recognize these people who gave of themselves for so many years, many of them in far-flung places around the world promoting Jamaica. And we feel the time has come that we honor and celebrate their work and effort, but also celebrate the people who are also here with us today still and continue to give of that effort. So the year is about understanding who we are, but also celebrating who we are. And a big part of who we are is in the schools with our Tourism Action Club. We're in over 200 schools today. We work with a lot of the 4th, 5th, and 6th formers. We help them through career understanding, career choosing in terms of if tourism and hospitality is part of their path. We help them to understand and navigate that space. And we work with them very closely, and we want to include them as part of this
Of course.
anniversary celebration. So there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
There's a lot that I haven't said,
Right.
because some of it we want to come out organically.
Right.
But we're very excited about what the 70 year means.
70 years is a big deal. That's literally the 70. That's what we
Absolutely,
consider
absolutely.
a full life, right? So there's this, the Tourist Board has had a full life, let's say. But in seeing the 70 years, you'd have seen a lot of changes, even in the way we approach marketing, the way we look at branding. And obviously, we're now in a digital age and a digital space. Let's talk a bit about the digital projects that are being, rolled out with the anniversary celebrations.
Well, one of the big projects that we're working on is a documentary that will be produced and released digitally, globally. We're also working internally. We have a library, a very vast library of pretty much all things tourism through the years. And so we're also going to do a online digital exhibition through the library that we will allow for, and we still do today, people come in, request to spend time in the library to do research. We facilitate them. And so we want to put the library a bit on display this year in terms of showing off how well we've been able to curate and digitize a lot of the content. That if we weren't able to digitize the content, we probably would have lost some of it. And so some of the very commercials you speak of are some excellent production work. Some of it's still in black and white. And those are
Imagine a week when you
amazing
start
productions.
watching, I want you guys put on your Instagram, put like some of the old commercials.
A famous voice, two famous voices I can recall from some of those historical, as was Charles Hyatt. Those of you who know Charles Hyatt. And Adrian Robinson. Adrian Robinson was also a director of tourism. So, those are, when you start calling certain names, there's a sentimental value.
I forgot that Charles Hyatt used to do some of the ads.
Absolutely.
Again, that very warm, fatherly feeling. That's given.
So you need to brush up that voice.
I know. It comes with age. Give me some time. But one of the things also I find fascinating about watching the evolution of Jamaica's tourism product, because, when we study the history of tourism, we look at, emerging out of Eastern Jamaica has a particular product.
Titchfield, to be exact, was the first hotel.
Right. And we look at, the things that the Europeans the way that they do tourism versus the way Americans do tourism.
Absolutely. And,
when we look at Negril, and in the early days of Negril, very quiet, very sleepy town. Mobay, massive. St. Anne, massive. Trelawney, very much like that. Tourism has changed, and the Jamaican product has changed. It's more diverse than it's ever been, we would say, the linkages and all of those things. But we're now seeing the dominance of Airbnbs, because people want to come and just have a very, blend-in experience.
Feel like they're living it.
I mean, I don't see that as a threat. It's just a new chapter.
It's part of the evolution.
Right.
It's part of, evolution is in everything. In everything we do. There's a point of inflection and there's a point of evolution. And in terms of tourism through the years, Jamaica as a destination started as a very boutique destination, sought after by the famous and wealthy as their kind of playground to come and vacation and have fun. But over the years, tourism continued to become more of a economic value to Jamaica. And so if you think of it in just that context, it meant that the product had to evolve, because as you demand more of tourism, you have to put more in the product, more in the infrastructure. And that's where we are today. We are still evolving as a destination. Today we operate a destination with over 32,000 rooms in our stock. We have, in this current space, a pipeline of over 12,000 rooms set to be built over the next 10 years. Last year alone, we had over 1,800, 2,000 rooms being put into production. And there is more like that with large brands that are seeing, continue to see Jamaica as a great place to invest and to do business. Where you touched on the linkages, and this is where we believe, certainly the Minister of Tourism, Honorable Edmund Bartlett, and myself, from the perspective of how do we continue to integrate Jamaicans into the tourism value chain, is on the supply side.
Yes.
The demand side is where the hotels are, where the airlines are, where the cruise lines are. Those are the big brands, the big companies that drive billions of dollars into investment to do business.
Right.
On the supply side, that demand generates the kind of supply that, if we're not careful as a tourism product, the product is going to continue to import services, products and services to serve that demand. There is a opportunity in that supply chain for Jamaicans to play a greater role and take a greater share of that pie that's available to create wealth. How do we ensure
that happens? How do we ensure that Jamaicans are a part of that advancement, a part of the development that's happening, so that we do have a part of that pie?
It starts with understanding, first of all, that the opportunity exists, because it does. It then has to evolve around the entrepreneurial spirit of the Jamaicans who have that spirit and want to explore that spirit of doing business and creating the kind of businesses that can really supply the tourism value chain. Because every single day, if you think about it, we consume maybe 2, 3, 4 eggs a week.
A day?
In a day, a tourist will consume maybe 12 eggs because it's in everything.
Right.
It's in the breakfast, it's in the pastry, it's in the drinks, it's in the food, it's in everything. And so the quantum value of what's required from the supply chain to meet the demand.
That's a very good example.
And I'm just one example. You talk about pots and pans and pillows and sheets, and it just goes on and on and on. And most of those things are not being supplied in enough quantity and scale in the Jamaican space to ensure that the demand that is coming, and that is there today, can be met locally. That then will guarantee that the tourism dollar that comes into the country stays in the country.
So Dennis, what we're going to do is we're going to set up a cube. We will grow the chicken, and then you can make the pillow then. Daniel, you going to start make some pots. The other Daniel, what you going to make? All right, great. Right. So yeah, you see, there we go.
There you go.
We just met half of your demand.
Sounds like you have a great company to start with.
Great to have you always.
Always.
A big thank you to Donovan White, Director of Tourism at the Jamaica Tourist Board, for stopping by. Up next, we'll hop on a call with Dale Elliott. So please stay with us here on Sunrise.
We wanna see Jamaica love.